Hello, everyone. Today we are working on a TOEFL iBT writing task called Write an Email. In this task, your goal is not to use advanced language, but to communicate clearly, politely, and purposefully. Before we start writing, take a moment to understand the situation, the relationship, and what the reader expects from you. If you understand those clearly, writing becomes much easier. If you want to keep improving step by step, follow and learn with my TOEFL, where we practice real exam tasks together in a clear and supportive way. You will read some information and use the information to write an email. You will have 7 minutes to write the email. You have volunteered to help set up a historical society's annual fundraising dinner. This sentence sets the background of the task. The key idea here is volunteered, which tells us you are helping by choice, not as a job. This affects the tone of your email, which should be polite and cooperative. Another important phrase is historical society, showing this is a formal organization. Finally, annual fundraising dinner tells us this is an official event, so your language should be respectful and professional. Teacher note: understanding the context helps you choose the correct tone and level of formality. You received an email with your assigned tasks, but you are unclear about one of them. This sentence explains the problem. The phrase, assigned tasks, means specific responsibilities were given to you. The key issue is unclear, which shows confusion, not disagreement. Teacher note: you are not complaining, you are asking for help. This means your email should sound calm, respectful, and solution-focused. You need to ask the event coordinator for clarification. Here we see the main purpose of the email. The key word is clarification, which means asking for clearer information. The phrase, event coordinator, tells us who we are writing to and confirms this is a formal but friendly professional email. Teacher note: your goal is to ask clearly, not to sound demanding. Write an email to the event coordinator. In your email, do the following. This task instruction tells you exactly what to include. The key phrase, write an email, means you must follow email format. Event coordinator reminds you to keep the tone professional. Teacher note: missing one required point can lower your score, so always check that you complete every instruction clearly. Thank them for the volunteer assignment information. This requirement focuses on politeness and tone. The key word, thank, shows that your email should begin positively. This directly affects your task fulfillment score because TOEFL expects you to acknowledge the information you received. A polite opening sets a strong foundation for the rest of the email. Identify the task that you do not understand. Here, the key phrase is identify the task. This means you must be specific, not vague. TOEFL rewards clarity, so you should clearly name the exact responsibility that is confusing. Teacher note: avoid saying you are confused in general. Always point to one concrete task. Ask for more specific instructions about it. This requirement tests polite request language. The key phrase, more specific instructions, means you should ask for details, examples, or expectations. Using polite forms like questions or modal verbs helps you score better in organization and tone. Write as much as you can and in complete sentences. Your response: Sarah Chen, Event Coordinator. The two-line tells you exactly who the reader is. This helps you decide the level of formality. Seeing a full name and role shows this is a professional contact, so you should avoid casual language. Teacher note: TOEFL gives these details to guide your tone and structure. Question about volunteer task. The subject line should be clear and focused. The keyword, question, signals the purpose of the email, while volunteer task connects it directly to the assignment. A clear subject helps organization and coherence. Now we are ready to start writing the email. We will move step by step, beginning with a polite greeting and then developing each paragraph with a clear purpose. Dear Sarah Chen. We begin with Dear, which is a polite and formal greeting. Then we add Sarah to address the person directly, followed by Chen, which completes the name and includes the comma. This greeting sets a respectful and professional tone. Now we are starting the first paragraph. This paragraph is used to thank the coordinator and show positive attitude. Thank you very much for sending the email with the detailed schedule and volunteer assignments for the Historical Society's annual fundraising dinner. We start with "Thank you very much" to show appreciation. Then, "For sending the email" explains the reason for thanking. Finally, with the detailed schedule and volunteer assignments, shows that you clearly understood what you received. This builds clarity and politeness. I am looking forward to the event and am eager to help make it a success. We begin with "I am looking forward to the event," which expresses positive attitude. Then, "and am eager to help" shows motivation. This sentence strengthens tone and engagement. Now we move to the second paragraph. This is where we introduce the problem politely. However, I am writing to request some clarification regarding one of the specific tasks assigned to me. We start with "however" to signal a transition. Then, "I am writing to request some clarification" clearly states the purpose without sounding negative. This is key for task clarity. The schedule indicates that I am responsible for organizing the silent auction display. But I am unsure if this involves physically setting up the items on the tables or simply monitoring the area during the auction itself. We begin with "the schedule indicates" to refer to given information. Then, "organizing the silent auction display" is quoted to show the exact task. The rest of the sentence explains the confusion clearly and specifically, which TOEFL values highly. Now we start the third paragraph, where we politely ask for help. Could you please provide more specific instructions on what is expected for this role? We use "could you please" to make a polite request. Then, "provide more specific instructions" clearly states what you need. This is ideal TOEFL request language. I want to ensure I am fully prepared to handle the task correctly on the evening of the dinner. We begin with "I want to ensure" to show responsibility. Then, "fully prepared to handle the task correctly" explains your intention, which makes your request sound reasonable and professional. Now we close the email politely. Sincerely. We use "sincerely" as a formal and appropriate closing for professional emails. This matches the tone of the task. Finally, we sign the email. Here you write your name to complete the email. In the real exam, this can be any appropriate name. This signals the end of your response clearly. Great work! You have now seen how to build a clear, polite, and well-organized TOEFL email step by step. In the next practice, we can focus on timing and writing this smoothly within 7 minutes.